Hello, welcome to the first video in a series of videos where we go over warrior cats, the official warrior cat characters that we've all grown to know and love. In this series, we will be going over each cat, and we will be designing them according to genetics. Right now, we're going to start with the Spottedleaf family. This family will affect quite a bit of cats down the line. So that is why I decided to go with them first. Just a little bit of a warning. This video does contain swearing and a little bit of adult language. So if that really is not your cup of tea, I do not recommend watching. As well, I will let you know that I do take a tiny bit of liberty when it comes to designing these guys. They are mostly accurate. There's just a few little details that I did change just a tiny bit. And here's another thing too. You're going to be hearing a little bit of noise in the background. I apologize. I am recording on my phone. The noise in the background, you'll hear some of my animals going batshit and some of my critters just, wanting attention. So, all in all, that's just the premise of this whole video. We're just going to be talking about cat genetics, and, I'll just be talking about what I think of each character a little bit, if I do have any opinions at all. Some of them, I don't have any impressions of them. Like Patchpelt, for instance, I don't know what to think of him. I don't have any opinions on him. Other than that, well, I guess let's get on with the video. I hope you enjoy. So the first cat that we're starting on right now is Swiftbreeze. I fucking love her for no apparent reason. I think she's a badass. I never actually read any books where she was in. I never really got to know the character, but I like her appearance, and for some reason she just gives me badass vibes. So here we are, badass kitty cat. She looks like she's gonna she's just gonna, slit your throat, I was about to say something super inappropriate, Jesus Christ. Anyways, and then we're also working on the whip for Adderfang. He was hard. his pose was really making me go through a turmoil, like emotional. I was having a midlife crisis here. Because I was like, man, I kind of want to do like a behind the shoulder pose, and then for some reason I just drawing that, I just really was not feeling it, so I just went with this up front bastardry pose here with his little goatee going on there. Yeah, so he's just a bastard. I think, like, whatchamacall, I don't know. He's not good enough for Swiftbreeze, in my opinion. Granted, I don't fucking know the characters, but I think she's too good for him. Anyways, so these guys, while I'm working on them, they're gonna set the precedent for the whole, for a lot of characters. A lot of characters are gonna be affected by these guys, by their initial design and their genetics. So, do with that as you will. We're gonna really see how this turns out. I took some liberty with their designs, especially because I did not know the parents. Well, I knew Swiftbreeze's parents. Swiftbreeze, her mother. But that being said, and this is just a disclaimer for the whole series, if there's a character that only has one parent, I am just gonna go with I'm gonna go fucking apeshit. I'm gonna, it's my liberty. I'm gonna design the character however I wish. I will take into account the parent, so, I obviously didn't, completely disregard her mother, but at the same time, I don't know her father, so it's a grab bag. It's a grab bag. I can do with it whatever I want. So whenever there's a character that does not have parents, first generation, I call him, or only has one parent, I'm gonna have creative liberty in that sense. So for her, You know, I didn't go too crazy. I didn't go too far from her design, just because I already really enjoy it. So, you know, I went for a lot more white than, I mean, the wiki page has on her. I just feel like she needed a lot more white on that, in that prospect. So, I mean, I think it turned out pretty good. My inspiration is a cat that I had. His name was Mr. Molly, and he had a lot of white, just on the bottom half of his body, and that's my inspiration for that look. And then get those thick stripes in there. She's gotta have the mackerel. So, let's talk about tabbies real quick while I'm drawing these stripes. So, there's two different kinds of tabby stripes. You've got classic and then you've got mackerel. Now, classic is usually the stripe, shape, color, etc. It's not a color. Oops, it's not a color. But it is a shape. The classic tabbies are the ones that have the big circle stripes. Like, so you've got almost the crescent moon looking stripes. And they're more swirly, and they don't go up and down as much. Mackerel are the stripes that go up and down. They look like tiger stripes. They're more like chaotic, if that makes sense. Mackerel, now, you know, your cats with the spots or some spots, you can only get that with mackerel tabbies. Classic tabbies do not have the same spotting as mackerels do. So you'll see here, so clarification on the color here, I decided to make Miss Swiftbreeze here is a charcoal tabby. Charcoal tabbies are basically the color of the stripe, just leaks out. It leaks out. It's not the same as a tick tabby. I'll cover that later. But a charcoal tabby basically just floods it. The black of the stripes are always a black pigment when a cat is a charcoal tabby. So that black pigment then leaks over the stripes and goes over the whole body. And so this creates like this mostly black cat. The lighter tones you saw on her were just her true color, because I decided to make her fawn, which is basically a dilute chocolate. And that will show up later, and you'll see in our other characters, you'll see how she looks then. But their true color you can see in the lighter tones of charcoal tabby. Anyways, off to our next cat. So, Adderfang here. You may be confused, why the hell am I doing like bright yellow with brown as it stands? So, what? So, Adderfang is, oh my gosh, Canyon. Adderfang is, I've decided to make him a chocolate golden shadow. So, you're gonna see a golden smoke, my bad. So, usually on the wiki, he is described as a brindle, and, you know, this is quote-unquote inherited by Spottedleaf and Redtail, but unfortunately in cat genetics, this is just simply impossible. So what I decided to do instead is make him a chocolate, and then I use the golden gene. Now, the golden gene basically makes a cat's undercoat, or their like shorter coat that lies under their longer furs. That is a golden or silver color. There is a silver gene as well that acts the same way. So, the silver gene, often when you see a silver gene on a black cat, sorry. Anyways, when you see a silver gene on a black cat, that is referred to as a solid black cat. That is referred to as a smoke. So basically, I just did the golden gene here. Now, you can have the golden gene or the silver gene, and the silver gene with tabbies, and that just shows up as their mid-tone and their light tone, and the true color will be just the stripes. And that also shows through the tortoiseshell as well. And I should move on to the babies now. Yes, let's do that, because I am spending way too much time on these guys. So, the first cat you're going to see here is Redtail. I was just, for some reason I really like drawing the down angle with cats. You're gonna see that, like the down to left facing angle. It's sort of my same face syndrome thing that I deal with often. So I switched that up real quick, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I go and I try a different angle. I think I had the right idea with this angle, but I was really struggling with this muzzle here. So I just flip the eye a little bit, because sometimes you draw a really good head and then you just it just doesn't look good with the eye where it's at, so you gotta move it, and that happens to me all the time. So anyways, of course you've got to draw him with his fluffy and majestic mane. Initially I want to do like a proud uptail, and I'm like, that looks a little weird, like a skunk almost, and that's not my vibe, that's not his vibe. So, fun fact here, I am headcanoning him as, trans, because you know what? Fuck your opinion, he's trans, okay? Thank you. And that's that. You're gonna see a lot of, queer headcanons that I'm gonna hold as if they were fact here, and this, believe it or not, this will play a part in genetics. So anyways, let's jump to the color stage. You'll see the clips are kind of mismatched, they kind of look out of order. That's because they are, and I just cut the video into smaller segments and put them together. Anywho, let's not talk about my editing too long, it's not that great. Another thing too here, you'll see me coloring the paw pads, the nose, the little eye tear ducts, a very specific color depending on what their coat color is. I would say that in real life, cats don't have this much variability as far as their skin tone goes. Usually it's pink, brown, maybe a yellowish white, and then black. There's really not that much variety, but I'm gonna, put in some variety, because, why not? Why not? This is fiction, I may be making genetically accurate cats, but I can't have fun with it. Come on, guys. Come on. Anywho, you're going to see me color this tail like a nice reddish color. Usually, if you're doing a smoke, you're going to, the tail is usually going to be one of the brighter spots, one of the brightest. But again, this is where, earlier in the video I said I'm going to be taking a little bit of liberty here, but not too much. I leave that tail, darker. I do struggle with his face a little bit, because I'm like, yeah, that looks good, and then, I just feel like those face markings that I initially put there were pretty clunky. I just didn't like how they looked. Everything else kind of came together pretty organically. I didn't have to do too much changing. The face was really the hardest part with his design, because I was not satisfied with that face. It just put me off. I didn't like it. It didn't look good. Also, apologies if you hear my cat meowing in the background. She's very needy and needs affection 24/7. Just kidding. I love her a lot, but she's a little turd. So you're gonna see that he has some white on him. I'm just trying to figure out how the white would look on him. I don't think I decided to not put too much white on him to stay more close to his original design according to the wiki and the official art. It seems like he has no white whatsoever, but genetics does not, some of them did. So, yeah, some of them did escape without any white, but, he needs to be twinsies with, Spottedleaf. I don't know. That's just, I feel like, they were in the same litter. They have to be pretty identical, in my opinion. So, I just wanted some white on there, make him look all nice and fancy, I was struggling with this first part. I wanted to make just one of his paws white, and you'll see later why I wanted to do that, but I decided against it. I decided to just make his toes white. There's nothing else that I need to add here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to Spottedleaf. So with her, I wanted to give her a look of like, oh, I'm seeing a vision, yada yada, I'm a medicine cat, da 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 da. And sort of just give her, like, more contextual, character represented in this. So, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I actually don't really like Spottedleaf. I don't like Spottedleaf for how she was written. I think she's just like, she's just such a strange character, in my opinion. Like, I don't like how her and Firestar's relationship was handled in forever, ever, in the books, of ever. I've been rereading them, and it just, in the first book, Firestar, vaguely mentions that she's pretty, and, interacts with her maybe a total of, 3 times, as far as we see on screen. And then, when she dies, he's upset because their medicine cat is dead. But there's not much, there doesn't seem to be any additional grief of a relationship. And there doesn't seem to be much of a relationship in that first book. But, so, it just, it boggles my mind, when in later the books, when she's, visiting Emine's dreams, he refers to her as his medicine cat, and, it's, referenced that they did have a relationship before she died, but, in the books, it's the Aaron's inconsistencies that really boggle my mind. Another thing, too, it's just, I find it very strange that the Aarons are yes, they had a relationship when he was an apprentice. So, I don't really like her character all that much. Her character is just, beautiful woman, wet dream, yada yada. I don't like how her character was written, it's the writing that I hate, not necessarily her character. So, yeah, I don't know. She just, I don't know. I feel like she could have been a much better character. I feel like she could have been something else, instead of just, main character's, placeholder love interest. You know what I mean? She's not really my cup of tea. I don't really like the plot with her. I don't know. Also, what's up with the Aarons in writing, beautiful dead cats? These cats are beautiful because they're dead. It's so strange to me. But anyways, along with Redtail, I also made her a chocolate golden smoke, like their father Adderfang. I'm doing the red chest here. I like to do the lighter, at least for this kind of appearance. So you do the lighter tone first, and then you do the more saturated, more punch-in-the-face tone afterwards. Of course, you gotta make her tail look like a leaf. That's obvious enough as is. I was struggling with this here. I was like, do I want to make that hair? Part of the other color? Yada yada. So that was fun. The ears were an obvious. Whatchamacall, but she just, I liked designing her. I do like, and I like, her, I guess, her official art. I think she's gorgeous in the official art. But again, I don't like this character. I really don't. I don't see the hype. I don't like her. I just feel like the Aarons really let her down on this one, you know what I mean? Anyways, putting the white down, she needs quite a bit more white. I think she has the most white out of all. Well, never mind. I think Patchpelt has more white than her, and you'll see that later. But I'm going ahead putting some white down. And I'll say this. So talking about white, this is considered a medium white color. This amount of white is considered medium white. There's not, which is pretty surprising. You'd think, oh, this is high white, but it's not. Anyways, we're going to start with Patchpelt here. Little scrunkly guy. I don't know why I think he's scrunkly. I mean, in the wiki, it even, like, shares a quote where someone's like, I can see your father's braveness in your eyes, and yada yada yada. But for some reason, he's scrunkly in my eyes, so he's going to be fucking scrunkly. Fight me. Thank you. So he's a scrunkly boy. He looks so happy. Let's see. There's nothing else to know about him. I don't think he's there's nothing, I don't know. Not very extraordinary, I guess. He fathers a lot of cats in the current ThunderClan as it stands. So, just be prepared for that once we go down that rabbit hole. I guess he was a clan favorite, but I don't know. I just think he's scrunkly. So, yeah, I mean, just going on here. You're going to see it's extra fast. I apologize for that. I really don't have that much commentary for him. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't know anything about him, and I don't even have any impressions of him. I just, I guess he's scrunkly. That's the only impression I have of him. Oh my lord, you're going to hear my dogs howling in the background. My apologies. So, he's the simplest of all the cat's designs. He's nothing extraordinary, nothing really too powerful. Oh, there I go, struggling again. So I just decided to make him a solid chocolate cat, with white patching. So he doesn't have the golden gene like Redtail or Spottedleaf. Not the red gene. Did I say red gene? The golden gene. Like Redtail or Spottedleaf. But, he is a solid chocolate cat. Now, here's another thing with the Liberty thing. Out of all these cats, it should have been 3 out of 5 that had some form of tabby, not 2 out of 5. But you know what? Screw you. Because, tabby is more of a dominant gene. The solids are a recessive. So, he should have been tabby. I would have made him tabby if I really had to. If someone was, had me at gunpoint and was like, you've got to do this, 100% accurate, I would have made him tabby. But, we're here. We're dealing with it, and he looks fine, so, So we're going to move on to Leopardfoot. Yes, Leopardfoot. Fun fact, I made her pupils more dilated. Dilated pupils indicate more anger versus slitted pupils in cats. So if you're looking at my art and you see a cat with more dilated pupils, actually this is my more recent art. So all the art on my channel right now does not hold to this, I don't think. I do not believe so. But as you see more of my art, you'll notice this. I guess there's nothing really to know of Leopardfoot. She is Tiger Star's mother, and Pine Star's mate. I find that so strange. I mean, he was a leader when she was born, and he saw her become an apprentice, become a warrior, and then he's like, yeah, cat that I barely know, let's have a kid. Oh my goodness, I stood up too fast. So anyways, their relationship is just weird, but I think it's just an example of the Errands being like, we need a cat now. We need someone to be the mother to Tiger Claw. So they just put Leopardfoot there. So... but it's fine. I like to think of Leopardfoot as a more feisty cat. She's definitely the kind of cat that would clock Pine Star in the face for being a dickhead. So, anyways, oh, you're gonna see that chart in the back. That's just help with colors and all that. It's very, very useful. I can whatchamacall. I actually don't know who made it. I think it has an @ on there, and I will source it in the link in the description if I do find the artist and their social. But it does help with, it's got all the different dilutes and all the different solid colors, tabbies, torties. Like, it's a good point of reference, and it's very useful. Anyways, so you're going to see here, Leopardfoot has a lot of, like, open circles, a lot of, like, so she's got the bangle gene. And you may be asking, how the hell does she have the bangle gene? Because, you know, it was not apparent in Swiftbreeze or Adderfang. Well, that's because Adderfang, I made him carry the bangle gene. And the bangle gene is a more dominant gene, but seeing as there's only 2 tabbies in the whole litter, it would not have shown in every cat. So a cat can carry the bangle gene, but it does not mean that it will be apparent, especially in a solid cat. Well, yeah, so you're not going to see a solid cat have any signs of the bangle gene if they carry it. So that's what happened with Adderfang, and that's how she looks like she looks, because, again, I cheated a little bit, and I wanted her to look like a leopard, so that's what I did. How she has the spotting is Swiftbreeze is technically a broken mackerel tabby. It doesn't show in her front design. Usually the spots of a broken mackerel tabby show up near the butt, so the spots would be back there. Adderfang also he carries the spotted gene as well. So that's how she gets the spots. So yeah, I kind of cheated a little bit. This is where the Liberty thing comes in again, you know, because I anticipated Leopardfoot's design, and I wanted to make sure that I set myself up for success. I almost said failure. Nope, I do not want to fail. Yeah, so she is a Bengal. She also inherits the charcoal tabby from Swiftbreeze. And she turns out to be mostly, she turns out to mostly look like her design, her actual design. But she does carry, her true color is fawn. I decided to make her fawn so that she looks like her mother. And so, you know, she did not get any white like her mother. She did not get any white. She's pretty solid. Nothing there. Which she would have gotten from her father, or lack thereof, I suppose. I guess there's nothing else to really note about this design. Oh, fun fact, charcoal tabbies. So that gene, the charcoal gene, it's not right along with the Bengal gene, but you will more often find Bengal cats with the charcoal gene because it comes from the breed. So you will find more Bengal-esque cats with the charcoal gene, but not because of the Bengal gene. Anywho, so let's move on to Willowpelt, soft baby. Just had to make her look super sweet, yada yada. I don't know, like, I don't really like the wiki's description of her. I always thought she would be spotted, because, I mean, you know, I don't know. Fernsong and Ashfarar. I don't like. And again, I couldn't make her solid because not every cat of this litter can be solid. Solid, again, is a recessive gene. So it really wouldn't work out. I'm already stretching it with how there's 3 solids instead of 2. So, but I like how she turned out. Yeah, so she's got the spotting. She got the spots from a combination of Adderfang and Swiftbreeze's genes, because Adderfang does carry the spots and Swiftbreeze does carry the broken gene, but in order for it to have appeared, Adderfang would have had kits with someone that had mackerel tabby. So that's fun. But I'm really glad I was able to make her spotted, because that was how I envisioned her even while reading the books. She is a fawn color, like Swiftbreeze and Leopardfoot. I will point out that none of the cats are any other pigment besides a chocolate pigment, because fawn is a dilute chocolate, and that's because both Swiftbreeze and Adderfang are chocolate pigments. They do not carry any other pigments, and you can't get any other pigment with just chocolate. You can have... There is a pigment, so there is a chocolate pigment, BBL, and you could get cinnamon from them, but they're both just lowercase b. So you can't get black or cinnamon from them. All of their kits would be chocolate in some way or form. Oh, and dilute gene is a recessive gene. So, only 2 of them are dilute, including Leopardfoot and Willowpelt. So there you go. Sorry if this was a hodgepodge and a confusing mess. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm going to be doing more videos like these. After I finish these, after I post these guys, see the response forum. Let me know if you want to see more. And I will be doing another family. I'm going to be starting with another first-gen family, so that way, as we go through all the first-gen families, we can start going further down the family tree and have everyone that we need to go down that line accordingly. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think. Have a good day. Bye-bye.